And I'm saying this for nationals that may be listening. If you get pulled over, the words that you use will be keywords to get you hemmed up. Some of these words will have the guns drawn on you. So sometimes you might have to say, I wasn't aware that I had to have one.
I say.
Do you understand what I'm saying? As opposed to, I'm not driving, I'm traveling. That's a hot word. That's a hot word. That means pull the gun out.
Wow.
That means pull the gun out.
See? That was nothing. But that's how it always begins. Very small.
Do not touch me. Grab my, do not touch me. Grab my stuff. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
You're under arrest.
I am not. Excuse me. I am not under arrest. I am not under arrest. This is, excuse me. No. Excuse me. No. Excuse me. Geronimo Bay. I came into a
Geronimo Bay is here on behalf of the Murphy matter.
And he, excuse me. We came in special appearance on the Murphy matter. And he is attempting.
Judge is abandoned ship.
Judge is abandoned ship. Excuse me. Judge is
no
abandoned
warrant.
ship. That we are here on special appropriate persona on the Murphy matter.
And he has
abandoned ship. Do not.
He has proof that he is not Andre Murphy.
Do not touch me.
He's not Andre Murphy. Yep. I need badge numbers and everything. I got him. Hey, Dre, Geronimo, don't resist. Geronimo, don't resist.
I'm not. Give me your hand. I'm not resisting. Give me your hand. I'm not resisting.
He's not resisting. That's not mine. It's not your property to touch, and I can definitely videotape.
He had the choke move on me.
Choke move. He's choking him. Choking him. Which officer? Which policy enforcer? Don't touch me. Y'all have your badge. I will have your badge. I am able to record it. It's being recorded. Anybody touch me? I am a private American national. I'm a private American national. You're on my property. This courtroom is on my property. Everybody better have a silver bond. Stop.
The hot words that as we would call colonists, another hot word. These are the hot words that they're looking for to put you under. So when they come to your vehicle and they say, can I see your license and registration? And you say, I'm a Moorish American. That's not a good thing. Even if you are a dues paying member in the temple, the first thing you're supposed to do is give them what they say. Why? Don't make you soft and don't make you weak. Why? Because eventually you're going to comply. And if you don't have it, I don't have any. I didn't know I was required to have one.
It's long.
It's not saying be a weak person. It's saying you have to change the language. And I'm saying this for nationals that may be listening. If you get pulled over, the words that you use will be keywords to get you hemmed up. Some of these words will have the guns drawn on you. So sometimes you might have to say, I wasn't aware that I had to have one.
I say.
Do you understand what I'm saying? As opposed to, I'm not driving, I'm traveling. That's a hot word. That's a hot word. That means pull the gun out.
Wow.
That means pull the gun out. And that's just where we at. But this is a lie. This Consulate court is a lie.
I'm indigenous, sir. I'm an Aboriginal Native American of this land. Okay?
All right, so are you going to come back here? Or?
No, I'm not, sir.
You're driving without a California driving license.
Sir, this is a corporate...
And so your vehicle is subject to a 30-day impoundment. Okay,
sir, no, sir, it is not.
I need you to step out of the vehicle, please.
Sir, no. I'm a Moorish American national for the record. Here, sir. I'm with the U.S. Department. Oh.
I have a child in here. I have a child in here.
No, babe, no. Look, I have a child in here.
I have a child.
Oh, it's you again.
I have a child in here.
You have a child in here. You have a child in here.
You're going 108 miles an hour.
Sir, I apologize.
Okay,
I'm telling you.
We're trying to make it to the gas station. I live in Oakland, California.
I'm charging you guys
Oakland, California.
$1,500 for every 15 minutes you guys are harassing me. This is live. This is live. This is live. This is live. This is
Why
live.
is he getting out of the car?
Live.
Babe, please. We don't have gas.
Oh, well.
Turn your lights on. Turn your lights on. Okay, mama. Okay.
Hold on one more, baby.
All right, Michelle.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to issue you a citation for your speed, and just need you to sign right here in the box. By signing here, you're not admitting to guilt. Just promise to take care of the citation, okay?
Okay.
Just sign right there in that box, please.
You go, sir.
Michelle, I need you to go ahead and actually sign your name for me.
Sir, I just did.
No, that wasn't your name.
Sir, by what corporate law are you asking me to sign this by? Under duress and corrosion?
State of California.
Which is a corporation, sir?
State of California.
It's a corporation, sir. And I'm a peace officer. Here, sir.
Okay, do you want to... I don't want your paperwork. I've already looked at that.
No, you have not.
Yeah, I have.
This is the Department of Justice, sir.
Do you just want to sign that or don't you?
I didn't say it. Look, sir.
I need to sign your name, not what you wrote before.
Okay, sir, look. Let me tell you this. What's your name, sir, for the record?
Officer Yount.
Officer
Yount.
Okay. What's your what is badge number?
19733.
Okay. What is your oath?
What do you mean by my oath?
What is your oath, sir?
I'm an officer of the California Highway Patrol.
That's not an oath, sir.
In my opinion, it is.
In your opinion?
Can you go ahead and sign that?
That's hearsay, sir. There you go, sir.
Okay, I'm going to try it one more time.
Duress and corrosion.
Okay, third time here. I need you to go ahead and sign your name.
Do you mind if I have my identification back, sir?
As soon as you sign your name there, you can. More than happy to.
Admitting guilt, I promise to appear.
Okay. Y'all funny.
You know what you're doing is unlawful, right? Because I'm a peace officer, sir. So I'm just telling you. Go ahead. Here you go.
Okay, give me a second here. I'm going to actually get you your copy here, okay?
Okay, sir.
And tell him.
Okay. Well, the sheriff's not here yet, and it's a tow truck right here.
And tell him. Tow truck trying to impound the car as we speak.
Nah, he asked me to get out the car. I told him no. I'd already spoken to him before.
And tell him they're trying to leave us stranded in the middle of nowhere with our child.
And they're stranded in the middle of nowhere, brother. I'm on the highway. I know, right? Huh?
And I'm not getting out this car because
No,
we have a child.
We in the car. My daughter was in the car. They broke the window and broke the glass.
Bye-bye.
Do they? You guys look. All I just want you guys to do is just leave me alone. That's all I. And I won't even file a lien against you guys. Okay? And you guys will still have your job. That's all I promise you. I'm not gonna cause any conflict, any problems with you guys. Because I need water right now, and you guys harassing me. I'm a peace officer for the United States Republic. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Hold up. Yeah. So what? Ticket. Contract. Can I have it, please? The contract.
No, like I told you, we're gonna go in and wait for the sheriff to get here.
Well, no, I want the ticket.
No.
Because you guys cannot be on scene together. So right now.
Okay. No, not right now. We're gonna wait for the sheriff to get here.
Okay. Okay. But as well, like I said, I want the receipt because I have it on record as well.
Absolutely. And it's sitting right there. We'll get it to you whenever we're all said and done. Okay?
Yeah. United States of America's gonna love this.
The window is broken and then bashing it in while our daughter was in the car.
You're not fair, bro. I thought we was cool.
Can you get a better view?
What?
So can you get a better view?
Oh.
A bright light.
Cool.
As of right now, they're on the scene with the sheriff.
Highway Patrol and Los Angeles County Sheriff. Why should I be current? What county is this?
We are near Avenal.
Huh?
We are near Avenal.
Avenal? Okay.
Kettleville.
Okay. Call 911 again. Pulled me over, saying, yes, sir. Are you on your loyalty oath, sir?
What's that?
Are you on your loyalty oath?
On my loyalty oath?
Yes, sir. Are you on your loyalty oath? Because we have a copy of your loyalty oath.
Okay. What's your first name again?
Antonio, sir.
Antonio.
Yes, sir.
Antonio, so here's the deal. You're under arrest at this point, okay?
No, I'm not, sir.
Yes, you are.
Sir.
So you're gonna be.
I'm a peace officer, sir.
Okay.
I'm a Republican peace officer, sir.
Okay. Well, if a peace officer breaks the law, they go to jail too.
I didn't break any law, sir.
So you did.
No, I did not, sir.
So you're gonna be going to jail
no,
tonight.
I'm not, sir.
So you can either place your hands behind your back and go cooperatively, or we're gonna have to go about this a different way.
Hold on. My counsel's on the phone as well, in the ambassador of my nation, sir.
Counsel happens after you get arrested.
No, sir. Look.
Yes, sir.
This is recorded with the United States of American Republic, sir.
Okay.
I'm with the Department of Justice, sir.
Okay, and you're under arrest.
No, I am not, sir.
Yes, you are.
No, I am not.
Yes,
no, I am not, sir. I do not consent to your arrest, sir. I'm not contracting with you like that,
well,
sir.
That's fine. You can fight that later.
Sir.
But at this point, you're going to be placed under arrest.
No, I'm not, sir.
Yes,
sir.
you are. So you can put your...
M. Cortez?
M.
Yeah,
Cortez.
yeah.
So you can put your hands behind your back and go peacefully? Or we can...
What's the charge, sir?
Resisting arrest.
Resisting arrest. Yeah. What am I being charged with?
Resisting arrest.
Hold on. Repeat. You on speaker. A corporate law. You guys are charging me with a corporate law, sir. This is my nation, sir.
Counsel is on the phone.
This is counsel, sir.
Whenever you guys are ready. I mean, we're not getting anywhere here.
This is a corporate. All right, sir. I'm telling you, sir.
That's fine.
Sir.
That's fine.
All right, I'm recording with, sir.
Put your
No,
hands
sir.
Put your hands behind your back.
No, sir.
Put your hands behind your
We can
back.
talk like this like minutes, sir.
Okay, we are.
Look how many. Look,
You are under arrest.
You're under arrest.
You're under
1,
arrest.
2, 3,
And
4,
you're
5,
leaving
6.
his wife stranded with the
You're under
child.
arrest, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Surrounding
They're
him.
surrounding me right now.
Because you're under arrest.
Because they're saying I'm under arrest, but how can you arrest a peace officer? I am not a 14th Amendment citizen. I am not a straw man. I'm a Native American
Place
Aboriginal.
your hands behind your back.
For the record, I'm Moorish.
Do not touch him.
Don't put your hands on me. I'm telling you.
Relax.
And they putting their hands on me. All right, all right.
Can I have the phone?
All right.
There you
They
go.
putting their hands on me.
Can I have the phone?
Sure.
Hold on.
Sir, I'm telling you. I'll give you no, sir.
Thank you.
Sure.
Just relax. Go with the program.
You know my uncle, sheriff, right?
And where will he
That's
be
fine. I'm
going?
sheriff, too.
Okay, sir. And you're a peace officer. I am.
Where will he be going?
Sir.
Thank you.
If I break the
I
law,
didn't
I
break
go to
any
jail.
law. I didn't break any law.
You'll
Yeah. Hey, they trying to break my
Hey, don't break the phone.
They breaking my phone.
I have no other contact. My phone is off.
For the record, I'm Moorish American National.
Give me the phone.
They're harassing me, as you can see.
Give me the phone.
I'm charging them $150,000 for every 15 minutes that they're harassing me. They're committing genocide, human trafficking. Man. Hey, look, get your hands off. I'm telling you, get your hands off of me.
Relax.
Sir.
Relax.
Okay. But sir, I'm trying. Oh man, you guys.
I know what you're trying to say, but it's not gonna work.
Can you hand me that,
What's
please?
not gonna work?
Sir,
I'm
can
bonded.
you hand me that, please?
I'm a peace officer. Okay.
So am I.
You exactly, sir. And you breaching the peace.
Thank you.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Because I'm telling you what's going on. You listening to what they're saying, but you're gonna lose your job, sir. You're fired.
Thank you.
You're fired. All you got, okay? You got Sheriff M. Cortez, Sheriff E. Hoffmans. You better get your hands off me. I'm telling you, get your hands off me. Get your hands off me. Hey, get your hands off me.
Relax.
Get off me.
You are gonna make
Sir.
Relax, or you're going straight to the ground.
I want the contract.
Relax.
Can you please give me a contract?
You need to relax.
Okay, I want the contract. That's all I want.
Mind
I'm
you, he
black.
signed something with the
I'm a
citation.
Moorish American National, for the record, sir. For the record.
It's okay.
Look how you twisted my own. They are committing genocide, human trafficking. This is the sheriff's department. On my neck. I'm cutting my neck. No. I don't want medical. I don't want any of your assistance.
Okay, perfect. Walk this way.
I am Antonio L., Moorish American National.
You're free to record everything, just don't get out,
Yeah.
baby, and everything.
Yeah.
I am not resisting. Hands off me.
They're saying he's resisting arrest. You guys can't see because they won't let me get off the car because I have the baby. They're saying he's resisting arrest, and now I don't know what's going on. The sheriffs did not come and really talk to him at all. They told him that he's arrested.
as a
It is not my obligation, and do not point to me.
Yes, you have a constitutional oath to uphold the Constitution, ma'am.
You misunderstand the procedure. I will attempt to explain it to you.
Objection.
The documents that you want are not documents that are in the court's file at this point in time.
Objection,
I don't know
ma'am.
if they would ever be in the court's file at this point in time.
That's not my problem, ma'am.
Absolutely, it's your problem.
But that's
your
not my
position
problem.
is that you want them from the prosecutor, and you have requested them from the prosecutor.
That's right.
And the prosecutor has failed to give them to you.
That's right.
You can make the appropriate application to the court, and you can say to the court, I've asked for them, I'm entitled to them, I haven't gotten them, order them to give it to me.
I've already
I have
filed
received
a
no
notarized affidavit of fact in reference to return of property weeks ago. A notarized affidavit. So if you're telling me you don't have to acknowledge affidavits, all right, that's what your statement is. However, bottom line is this court has failed to prove jurisdiction and has avoided the issue of jurisdiction at all costs. And nobody in here has the status. All right? Nobody has proven status, and nobody in here has the authority to proceed. Now, the last hearing we discussed, you stated that this matter, you stated, ma'am, for the record, you stated that this matter was relative to jurisdiction, not Mr. Keesler's position here and not anything else. You stated that you were giving the prosecution a chance to prove jurisdiction, and he's not even the assigned prosecutor to the case, but obviously he's remaining silent, and he has nothing to state. So I move that this case be dismissed.
When there is an appropriate application before this court to address the issue of discovery violations, jurisdiction, or anything else, the court will act. Filing a notarized or not notarized affidavit is not an appropriate way to bring a matter before the attention of the court. What you must file is a notice of motion that sets forth the relief that you want, and it needs to be supported with a certification, an affidavit, whatever it is.
Can you repeat that, ma'am?
Notice of motion. This is exactly what I told Cheyenne, Matoda, Kushmir L.
For the record, man, which rule or authority, courtroom rule, statute are you using
it's in the court rules. I do
to
not
address that
recall,
matter?
it is in the court rules. I do not recall, and I'm not going to look up for you the exact court rule, but the court rules set out the procedure that you must follow.
Objection, ma'am. I'm not a party of society. I'm not subject to your courtroom rules, and you have not proven jurisdiction.
And I will never address the issue of jurisdiction until and unless the appropriate application is made before the court, because filing either an affidavit that's notarized or an affidavit that's not notarized does not bring it before the attention of this court.
Objection. There is no discretion to ignore the lack of jurisdiction. Joyce versus United States. Jurisdiction is fundamental, and a judgment rendered by a court that does not have jurisdiction in here is void ab initio, and that is application of Y300 P.132 versus caveat. Once jurisdiction is challenged, the court cannot proceed when it clearly appears the court lacks jurisdiction. The court has no authority to reach merits, but rather should dismiss the action. Melo versus United States 505 F2D. When jurisdiction is challenged, the party invoking jurisdiction has the burden of establishing. Basso versus U.S. Power Light Company. Courts enforcing their statutes do not act judicially but merely ministerially. Thus, no judicial immunity, and unlike courts of law, do not attain jurisdiction by service of process, nor even arrest and compelled appearance. I'm here by way of threat, duress, coercion. I'm going to make that clear for the record every time I have to appear, if I have to appear. The only reason I'm appearing here is by way of your threat, duress, coercion, or your company's threat, duress, coercion.
You can read me, let me interrupt you, please. You can read me this until the cows come home. You can read it ad nauseum and ad infinitum. It doesn't change the fact that until the issue is brought appropriately before this court, no ruling with regard to jurisdiction is ever going to be made. Now, let me ask you this question, though. In the other matter, first of all, let me backtrack a little bit. Let me get the correct number out here because we now have two numbers. In the case with indictment number 08-04-0441, which is the one in which Cheyenne M. Cushamirel is also involved, I have severed those matters, so they will be on completely separate tracks. But he told me that he had filed a notice of removal to the federal court, and my question to you is, have you filed a notice of removal to federal court with regard to any of these matters?
Yes, ma'am. Notice of removal has been filed
all of them?
regarding all matters.
The three matters?
Yes, the three matters that you
Can I ask you, please, would you tell me, when did you file this?
They were filed last night, FedEx.
To the federal court?
To the federal court.
All right.
Yes.
As I am sure you are aware, if the court accepts them, then we will simply transfer them to the federal court. We won't deal with them anymore.
Okay, well, I'm still sure you're aware of the matter that you've not proven jurisdiction in either of the hearings and that you've avoided addressing the issue of jurisdiction.
And I will continue to not address the issue of jurisdiction until the appropriate motion is filed with the court and the court has the ability to address it and make a determination with regard to it.
And Judge, if I could just comment, that's the issue at hand. As currently stands, we are representing...
Objection. You're not representing me.
Therefore, it would be our responsibility to file that motion. Given the fact that he will not cooperate with our office, it's impossible for us to do that.
Objection.
We really need to reach the issue.
I want to get back to what I do want to get back to what Amir KCL said. Now, we addressed the issue to some extent with regard to the indictments. I have here for you, and the record will reflect, that I am giving you a copy of the indictment that has 08-07-0727 and also 08-04-0441.
Objection. Just for the record, the Office of Public Defense is not representing me. You don't have any power of attorney for me, and I'm not part of your society, so you cannot represent me, and we do not share nationalities. Okay, now, for the record, I need the nationality of every agent in here, and I need the name and the information because I'm suing everybody.
Mr. Kramer.
Everybody. So I need everybody's name and your position, starting with you, sir.
Who is calling out from the audience?
I was, ma'am.
No, you were not. Who was? No, do not hand anything over. Nothing. In the audience, please do not call out while court is in session, or the officer will ask you to leave. These are now completely discombobulated. They're not stapled to, well.
But the one wasn't stapled. The one was.
No, I don't have, look, you can't even read this. Is that what I gave you?
I think so, yeah. I gave you back the original. Do you have the copies? I gave it to her.
Okay. I need your name and position, sir. I need your name and position, sir.
No one is going to give you any information.
Ma'am, are you stating that you are not obligated to provide me with your identity and status?
No, my name.
Your employees or your co-workers are not obligated to provide me with their identity, status, and company position, ma'am? Ma'am?
Yes?
Did you not just hear me?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I was trying to get the paperwork together.
Okay.
Can you wait a moment until I'm finished?
No, I'm going to review myself. I'm here on time, ma'am.
Hold on, I'm trying to get all these papers together.
So it's a simple question. I'm sure you can answer it while you get your papers together.
I cannot get them together. I can't answer. This only has 3. Okay. This has 3 counts, and this you didn't make a copy of the last count. So make a copy of the last page and bring it in, and we'll staple them together. All right, Noble Amir KCL. You complained about discovery. I think I've addressed that. I'm giving you the copies of the indictments, and you said you've never been interviewed. I am sure that Mr. Tiesler can give you now a date for you to be interviewed.
Objection, ma'am. I do not require the Office of Public Defense or any attorney at law.
Well, you told me that you were complaining that you hadn't been interviewed.
No, what I stated was, if he was representation on this case, he has not provided assistance. If he was representation for this case, the assistance is ineffective.
Well, my understanding is that Judge Smith has required Mr. Kiesler to represent you.
Objection. I've addressed this matter with Judge Smith. Judge Smith does not have jurisdiction and could not prove jurisdiction. Therefore, Judge Smith does not have the authority to make any decisions for me. And neither do you. And neither does Mr. Kiesler, and neither does the Office of Public Defense. For the record. Now, as I stated, you just told me that you did not hear my question. My question was, I need the information for the people here who are attempting to force business on me. I want his name and position, I want her name and position, and I want his name and position. And I want your nationality.
Not to point at me, and I am now going to ask you not to point at anyone else in the courtroom. It is very impolite.
No problem, ma'am. Now I'm asking you to answer my question.
You know my name. That is all you need to know.
I don't know your name, ma'am.
Judge Laban. That is my name.
Your nationality?
You have no need to know my nationality.
Yes, I do. You are attempting to force business upon me. I need to know your nationality. For the record. And your status. For the record. And anybody else that's working with you.
Your questions are unintelligible to me.
They're unintelligible? Do you not understand what nationality means, ma'am? Do I need to pull out the dictionary? Which dictionary are you comfortable with using, ma'am? For the record.
All right. The record should reflect that I am going to give to Noble Amir Kusamir L. Noble Amir KCL a copy of Indictment 08-07-0727 and Indictment 08-04-0441.
Objection, ma'am. Could you state for the record who those indictments are addressed to?
Well,
stating who you were giving to. Objection. Wait, no. Take that back to her.
I am handing the papers.
She needs to state for the record.
I am handing the papers to Noble Amir KCL.
I need to know who's on it, ma'am.
It doesn't matter who's on it.
Yes, it does.
I'm giving you copies of papers.
I need to know who's addressed to.
Read it.
If it's not addressed to me,
read it.
You've not read my notarized affidavits.
Read it.
You've not read my notarized affidavits.
Well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give this matter another date. Mr. Kiesler, you can make whatever application you want. Noble Amir KCL, you can make whatever application you want. Hopefully, in the meantime, we will hear from the federal court with regard to the removal application.
I'm going to just state for the record that your application to do any further proceedings are denied because you have not proven jurisdiction, neither has the prosecution who was here and present. Prosecution, would you state your proof of claim for the record?
Your Honor, would any motion by our office be heard on the next date, or would you set a separate hearing?
No, it will be heard on the next date.
Thank you.
For the record, the application to proceed to set any hearings is denied. It's not proven jurisdiction.
April 6th.
Denied.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused, Judge?
This is the only notice that I will give Noble Amir KCL at the April 6th date. I don't know if anyone sends out, I don't know if Mr. Kiesler's office sends out letters reminding people, but I don't, and simply expect that you will be here on April 6th. And please, let me just say this. If you want this court to rule with regard to jurisdiction, it is very simple to bring the issue before me. All you need to do is file the appropriate application, a notice of motion.
Objection, ma'am.
You can file all these other papers, and it's just never going to happen, sir.
Objection, ma'am. That's not my problem that you're not upholding the law, ma'am. That's not my problem. That's your problem, ma'am. Because whether you people understand or not, you've all fired yourselves. So there is no room to set another hearing because you failed to prove jurisdiction in every hearing that we've had. Judge Smith has failed to prove jurisdiction. You failed to prove jurisdiction. Prosecutor Luciano's failed to prove jurisdiction. You people fired yourselves. I'm letting you know that right now. You fired.
Let's you and me have a little talk, friend. What? Where'd you get that? Wait a minute, pal.
Get that one.
Out to you on Facebook, you saying?
Yes. They've reached out to us.
They sort of recruited us.
And kind of recruited us. And after I say about maybe 2-3 weeks of talking to them, they started telling me, my husband, you guys have a heart for this. You can get people nationalized. The order of the day is nationalized and proclaimed. That's the order of the day. And that's how we were moving and grooving that way. You know, and just study. We were just told all the time to study. I mean, we were studying things, but there's a lot of things that we were studying and a lot of leans, that we were studying that was not the truth at all. So we started finding out later on that it wasn't, you know, no type of truth in it.
And so you've been there for what you say, you've been with the consular court, you say, for 2 years. What have you been doing in the name of the consular court? I just want to give the people some perspective.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Say it again.
I said, what have you been doing in the name of the consular court? I just want to give the people who's viewing some perspective of what is the consular court? What is the functionality of the actions that it takes when you join the consular court, such as yourself?
Well, Islam, Cal Bay. The first thing we were told to do was send pictures of our headshots for IDs. The second thing we were told to do was sign some proclamation papers, send them in with your thumbprint, and send copies to everybody, like 10 or 12 different people. And that's it. We were nationalized and we're good to go. That's what we were told. Once we do those things there, we're nationalized and we don't have to do nothing else. And, you know, we travel. We're travelers. We travel from New York to Virginia through Tennessee, getting people nationalized. My MAC number is 52. The MAC numbers are up to 1,000 and change now. This is how many people were nationalized by us running through and getting people nationalized from state to state and from flea market to flea market and holding little conferences in hotels. That's what we have done. We just ran up on a problem here in the Jacksonville area, and I was kidnapped because I showed my Moorish national ID, my Moorish Council's Court tags on the back of my conveyance, and the documents, the paperwork. So when I pulled that stuff out, they immediately jumped on me and told me I'm a paper terrorist. This is not connected to nothing. You guys do liens on everybody for a traffic ticket. I fought the traffic ticket here for 7 months. Not once did anybody from the council's court call to try to help us or anything. We had help down here from some brothers in the Hebrew Israelite community, which helped us. Now, we lost our apartment here. We lost our furniture here. We had eviction here, and we stayed in hotels in Jacksonville. They're still holding our conveyance. Now, to this day, they're still holding our conveyance, and we're trying to get our conveyance back with our property to leave and go back down towards either Virginia, Delaware, or something to that effect. But we're here, and thank Allah for the brother telling us to talk to Tahaka to try to give us some type of remedy, because we can't call nobody. I tried calling Taj. I reached out to the Duke of Sears. I reached out to everyone. And the only one who reached out back was a sister named Lovely Me and the brother Tahaka. You're the only one that pays some attention to us, brother.
Latasha.
And she's on right now. She's on there right now, Latasha, brother. That's one of our sisters who's going through the same thing we're going through from the council's court. Now, I have personally 50 or 60 people who've been rejected from the council's court, from Taj and Shalimar, and they're trying to find a way to get out of this also. So I'm trying to find a way so I can clean my face with them, because I brought them into this situation. So I'm feeling really bad about that.
Well, I think, as I told you over the phone, pretty much, and I'll share this with everybody, pretty much, unfortunately, a lot of what has been lost most likely going to have to be chalked up. Wow. And this is the honest truth. The reason why, like for instance, you said, you know, we were nationalizing people. And I'm not going to be long-winded with it, brother, but let me just educate our listening audience right now.
That's long.
To be nationalized in the name of the Moorish science or Moorish American is not even a practice. There is no such thing. The father of the Moorish American is Prophet Noble Drew Ali.
Ali, Islam.
So if Prophet Noble Drew Ali had 30,000 Moorish Americans with him, proclaimed Moorish American, and we can't find one demonstrating the process as you named. And this is for the listening audience. Something has to be suspect. Out of 30,000 moving in one direction in the 1920s, we can't find nothing even remotely close to what you explained. That's number one. Number two, nationalization, let me hit this light right here. Nationalization is a process that is done by a qualified government agency, if you will. You know what I mean? Like the United States naturalize people.
That's long.
You get your nationality from the United States. In order for that to take place, the first things have to be established is a country with a central authority or a nation with a central authority. A consulate is not a nation with a central authority. Even if it was legit, it's not a nation. Nation brings people into the nation through the process of naturalization, or as you quoted, nationalization. But there's a process for that nation, because the root word of nationalize is what? Nation.
Nation.
And so the consular court does not have the ability to do that to anybody. For one, it's false. Number two, it's fictitious. It's made up. It's like a bunch of people then came together with this idea. And the idea is that the United States had a consular court in Morocco at one time. And other countries in the 50s and before had consular courts. And these consular courts were predicated upon if one of their citizens were wronged or broke law, they will have their own courts to administer justice for their people. That's what a consular court does. A consular court is not a government. It's giving the olive branch to another government to adjudicate cases. That's what a consular court is. You know, so when they come with this consular court thing, the two things that I said, a case, you have a case and you have a court. Why is that so important? Many of our people find ourselves criminally involved with something at some time or another, whether it's legitimate or we have been accused falsely. We always seem to find ourselves dealing with the opposition of this governmental structure, the police, the courts, some kind of way. So when we use court, we begin to pull at people's heartstrings. And that's how this consular court thing begin to get legs and run. And so, in short, you really might have to chalk this up. Now, I'm not going to say it's a slam dunk, chalk it up, because possibly we could make a phone call and let the people know, listen, there's an error, there's a major error that has happened. And in this error, I've lost XYZ. I have my children. I'm living out of a bag from hotel to car. And I need my vehicle. And another thing we're going to have to do is reteach ourselves. how to communicate. Because when you say conveyance, these are the hot words, like they say on the computer, hot keys. These are the hot words that the, as we would call colonists, another hot word. These are the hot words that they're looking for to put you under. So when they come to your vehicle and they say, can I see your license and registration? And you say, I'm a Moorish American. That's not a good thing. Even if you are a dues paying member in the temple, the first thing you're supposed to do is give them what they say. Why? Don't make you soft, and don't make you weak. Why? Because eventually you're going to comply. And if you don't have it, I don't have any. I didn't know I was required to have one.
Islam.
It's not saying be a weak person. It's saying you have to change the language. If one, and I'm saying this for nationals that may be listening, if you get pulled over, the words that you use will be keywords to get you hemmed up. Some of these words will have the guns drawn on you. So sometimes you might have to say, I wasn't aware that I had to have one.
I say.
Do you understand what I'm saying? As opposed to, I'm not driving, I'm traveling. That's a hot word. That's a hot word. That means pull the gun out.
Wow.
That means pull the gun out. And that's just where we at. But this is a lie. This consular court is a lie. But let me get back to you. What have you actually lost going through the ordeal after? When were you pulled over, actually?
When was I pulled over?
May 10th. May 10th.
And it's now November. So what have you been, what has your life been like, Sister Mikhail? What have your life been like since May 10th until November the 12th?
Well, when he first was detained, I had to bond him out due to.
Oh, you got locked up?
Yeah.
Did he?
I just beat the case.
I mean, they just, it's a game with them because they
nationalized me, made me take my nom de guerre.
They arrested him.
What they did, Islam, excuse me. What they did, they made me take back my nom de guerre because they said the paperwork wasn't official paperwork. And they denationalized me and made me use the name, the government name. They had me going back and forth to court for 5 months, I think it was, for a failure to present a license. Can you hear me, Tom?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hear you very well.
Yeah, and in the process of doing all that, we were evicted from the house. We lost all of our furniture. They changed the locks. We lost all of our, our parents who passed away. We lost that. We lost my son's DJ equipment, the stuff that he paid for. Lost, the basic household stuff.
All of our clothes.
All of our clothes. Then again, after that, we just been living in hotels.
So let me ask you a question. When you got arrested, what did they charge you with?
Oh, wait a minute. 3 different charges. They charged him with resist without harm to his or her person. They charged him with no driver's license and no registration. Now, the resist without harm to him or her person, they said because he failed to identify himself.
The ID card.
Right. They had the ID card, but they considered that as a fake ID card. It wasn't no good, so they said he failed to identify himself.
And the tags on the back of the truck.
They took the tags off and said those didn't mean anything.
My MAC number and everything.
And his MAC number was on there, the same MAC number that was on the document. So they told him, if you don't have a state ID, if you can't pull it out right now, we are going to arrest you right now.
They call the counselor's court the lawless one.
They said the counselor's court are the lawless ones.
That's the name.
They are stateless.
Yes. And this is the word that has been going around the nation. They have protocol for this. And you know what's amazing? The moment that it has gotten to the point where as though they're calling people stateless and the lawless ones, Shalimar Bey disappear. He quit.
Correct.
He is the one who initiated the consular court. It wasn't Taj. He and his sister initiated this. So how in the world do he disappear now that the heat is getting hot in the furnace?
Oh, yes.
I told people that the brother was an agent because, let me just talk for a second. The reason why I said he was an agent from the beginning is because agents do not kill people no more.
That's right.
They kill organizations from the inside. In the Moorish Science Temple of America, because it's so fragmented that somebody and anybody can come in claiming a Moorish identity, and they can grab anything off the internet and come up with some type of bogus liberation organization, which is not organized, some bogus liberation organization, and they can sell it to the people. But the real motive is to keep our people confused, so you don't know what liberation looked like through the ways of the original liberator, Prophet Ali.
That's right. That's right.
They don't want you to know what that looked like. And so they do what they do. With that being said, where the sister Latasha at? I'd seen her. She was here. I didn't see her.
She said she got booted out. I don't know how, but we're trying to get her to come back in.
Send her the link. I didn't boot her out. Who booted her out?
I think it was when she tried to do it, she ended up getting, because that's what happened when I first did it. I got booted out because I didn't do something right. He said he needs her.
Okay. So, and so let me ask you a question. Where are you originally, are you originally from New York?
Yes, I'm originally from New York.
What part of New York?
Brooklyn, New York, downtown Brooklyn.
Come on, y'all hustlers. That can't be hustled by. Come on. Brooklyn keep on taking it.
That's right.
Ain't that what the song say? Brooklyn keep on taking it.
And it's true.
family, real quick. Underneath here, we have the Cash App. We got a family here stranded in Florida. Unfortunately, they fell for the consular court spill.
Yes.
They was diligently working in the name. They thought of liberating our people, but found out, that, hey, this is not what it was cracked up to be. And now they find themselves in Florida at a hotel, one night to go, living off anything that they can get from family, friends, and those who believed in them and the teachers that they taught to them, and they're in Florida. So I'm asking, let me tell y'all something. We got 72 people in this chat right now. If 72 people would send Cash App $1, that's $72, $73. That's something that can help out.
Sure
That's something that can help out. See, we talk this Moorish American stuff, but where are we when our people really need us?
Islam.
Where are we when our people really need us? Because let me tell you something. It's Moorish American Consulate Court today, but our people in the streets, they fall for other stuff every day. Every day. They fall for the dope boy. When we going to step in to help that out? The sisters fall for selling their body because they don't got what they need to get ahead. When we going to step in to help that out? But this right here, we all claim to be conscious. We all claim to be conscious. Mostly everybody in this chat, I will guarantee you, you would not be here if you didn't feel you had some form of consciousness.
That's right. That's right.
And if you conscious, think about this. Think about this. You are trying to find yourself, right?
That's right.
You are trying to find yourself. You go on this wild goose chase on the internet because, I'm sitting on the toilet. It's convenient. I'm driving down the road. It's convenient to watch a video. we've got donations coming in, and they will be going to you. Thank you to Brother Global Media. Appreciate him. He the one taught me some tools on how to use this technology. Shout out to him. Bitcoin Bang, appreciate you. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. But you know, it's so easy to learn via YouTube, social media. You follow what I'm saying? But it's so much misinformation out there.
It's a lot of misinformation, and it's sad. It's sad.
The reason why I really went to the Council's Court because, you know, coming up in New York, you see Taj Tariq on those DVDs, and I figured since he endorsed it, it was the right thing to do. And I reached out to Taj, man, 100 times, man. Taj ain't come back to me yet.
Listen, hey, brother. Have you ever talked to anybody from the Consulate Court that said that they were coming to do something for you?
No one.
No one.
Let's get back to that. So how long did you stay locked up?
Well, she bailed me out in 2 days.
Okay. And what was the bail?
5,000.
It was 5,000 and 5,500, and I had to give them 550.
Right. So you lost 550. You lost your vehicle, all your belongings, and where were your children in the car at this time?
Oh, they were in there. They were in there. Yeah. As a matter of fact, we was on Ramadan, and it was also our 12-year-old's born day. It was his solar return day. So all of this went on, and they were sitting right there. And even the policy enforcers even tried to harass one of my children. You know, I took video of them taking the tags. I took video of the way they were acting. They even tried to close him in the car with the windows closed, where he couldn't hardly breathe.
Well, let me tell you, sis, the thing is this. They have protocol on how to move. Just like you use the term policy enforcer.
Right.
That's a red flag. You know what I'm saying? That is a red flag. When you use the term policy enforcer, the term colonizer, all of that turns them to aggression. Now, I'm just as tough as anybody else. You know what I mean? But if I got my children in the car and I know that there's going to be some trigger words, then I might not want to use them words right at that time. They strapped to the teeth. They strapped to the teeth.
Right.
They can call back up to at any given moment.
And that's what they did, because it was one, and that one was off duty. And he, soon as he saw the ID, he called 2 more cars. So it was 3 there. And the second one that came, he was the tough one. He was the one that had to prove a point.
Right.
He said, "You're a sovereign citizen." He said, as a matter of fact, he was Arabic, wasn't he? I think he was Arabic. He said, "I just want to let you know I'm more blacker than you." This is what he said to Mikael. He said, "I'm East African. Just to let you know, I'm more blacker than you." Now, this is the conversation he was having.
Brother say, explain how those trigger words. So, you know, and this is for brothers and sisters who are that go by the term Moorish national. For one thing, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali never used that term. That's something like that may be something small to a lot of people, but if Prophet Noble Drew Ali is the father of teaching our people in a group form, if you will, nationality, then he is the father of nationality and teaching it, if you will. You know what I mean? So, because that's the case, Prophet Noble Drew Ali never used the term Moorish national. Not one time. So where did and when did that term come into our everyday language.
That's right. That's
right. Because at some point, the language describes where this stuff starts. I mean, well, the language will pinpoint where this stuff starts. So Prophet Noble Ali never used Moorish national. So when you go and you get pulled over and you tell somebody, or you go into a courtroom, or you go into in the municipalities and you say I'm a Moorish national, you telling them. This is why I think it's so agent-like behavior.
You're right.
I think it's agent-like behavior. When you sent all them documents to the White House, to Homeland Security, to all of these people, you told them people that you are against them. That's what you told them.
That's what they said in the courthouse. They said,
that's what you told them.
Are a sovereign citizen and you are against the government.
That's
if
right.
You
now,
have L or Bay as your last name, if you address an envelope and put C/O for care of, or you say you are executor or grantor, you are a sovereign citizen.
That's right. And unfortunately, we don't get to define ourselves as a sovereign citizen or not. They have a criteria that you fit in.
That's right.
Moorish national, Moorish American Consulate. These are all trigger words. My conveyances, I'm in my conveyance. You could be innocently saying, I am in my conveyance. That's a trigger word.
That's right.
I'm not black. You might even think like, well, Moorish Americans in the temple would say, I'm not black. One thing about Moorish Americans in the temple, they don't really go out and aggressively superimpose themselves on people. Not true Moorish Americans. They're too busy trying to build themselves and build their families and build their communities. So they don't go and superimpose themselves. You follow what I'm saying?
That's right.
When you say things like, this is al-Marak, another trigger word. This is my land. This is al-Marak. Another trigger word. All of these trigger words is getting them prepared to put their finger on the trigger.
And we also have a plate in the front of our car, which is the Moroccan flag.
At that point, Taj Tariq Bey, Shalimar Bey, Taraji Light Bey, they have put targets on your back.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
They put now. Guess what they're going to call me for this show? They're going to call me a sellout. They're going to call me an agent. But I'm telling you, I'm trying to save you and your children's life. Because
and yes, and that's what you're doing. If that's an agent, then what in the world are they? Because they have been doing this for the longest, using liens from a stolen lien program. When I brought these things to their attention because I saw it on social media, no, you can't believe that. Those are agents you're talking to. I say, you guys are agents. They stopped talking to me. They completely stopped talking to me.
So how old are your children?
My youngest is 12 and my oldest that's here just turned 18. So since he's been 16, he's been learning about the movement and he's been against it all of this time because he kept saying, why do I have to do this if we're getting in trouble? If people are going to jail? If I can't drive? Why is this going on? So can you imagine? We're steady talking to him and teaching him these things that we are learning, and it's not good at all, even with the illegal eviction going on. Due to us being in the hotel, my whole dietary has changed, and it has caused me to be put back in the hospital due to what we've been eating, microwave stuff that was fast. I had to stay 8 days in the hospital. They wanted to do open heart surgery. They're telling me that I had a leaky valve, and I know they were lying to me.
Right.
So it's been stressful. It's been so much going on.
So go ahead, sis. You good. I just seen somebody else came in the chat. Noble Yusef L. Would you like to open your mic and add to the conversation, Yusef L. Bay?
Islam, brother. I'm just here because I was invited. That's all.
Islam, brother. It's a beautiful thing. Let me tell y'all something. This is the first time that I had an L. Bay on the show, and I'm quite honored, brother. usually, if I get an L. Bay and we communicating, we got a beef going on. You follow me? So, brother, anything you like to add to the conversation? Anything, brother?
I'm just highly disappointed of what's going on. I'm just trying to help any way possible as I can.
Tahaka?
Yes, sir, brother.
This is the brother right here who's been pulling us through, brother.
Praise Allah, praise Allah. And
this the brother here, he's put in his extra time to the point where it's Empress, man. It's you know, he's been putting that time in with us, helping us, trying to get whatever we can get donations and holding us down. Well, he depleted his funds, holding us down, and I'm highly grateful to him, just as much as I am for you using your platform to let the brothers know that we need some help out here, man. So I thank y'all brothers, man.
Indeed.
High honor.
I want to say, let me see if I can do this real quick. They say your Cash App is not coming up. So let me see if I can put mine in here.
It's gonna come up. It's the $ JCAM77, but when it pops up, it's gonna show Joanna Cameron.
My question to the Moors is, what can the Moors do as a unified body to crush the council's court and get them out of there, because they've hurt a lot of people. They left a lot of collateral damage. So what can we do as Moors to crush the council's court and get them out of there?
What have to happen is, brother, you know, and I want everybody that's watching, we got over 94 people. We got 94 people and we're going into 100 people. I want people to understand this. First of all, in order to do, first of all, I believe, this is my belief. I believe that the consular court is agent activity. There is no doubt in my mind. I've been following it long enough to see it come out of nowhere. And it doesn't even fit into the scope of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Like, for example, how do you create a court before you establish a nation? The court is not first, the community is first.
Hell.
And then the community decides on who is going to adjudicate in that community. You don't create a consular court and you don't even have a community, you don't even have a school, you don't even have a grocery store, you don't even have none of that. You don't even have a community. What are you adjudicating? You see what I'm saying? So this is why I'm pretty much sure that it's agent behavior. It's agent behavior, because it just does not work into the fabric of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Now, that's number one. I think it's agent behavior. Secondly, the guy, Shalimar Bey, just popped out of the blue. I remember when it happened. I think it was 2017, if I'm not mistaken. It was the fall of 2017. And out of the clear blue, he started talking this consular court. With two months later, he was taking a picture smiling with Taj Tariq. So he went straight, 2 months later, he went straight to the top of this national Moorish ideal, the Moorish national ideal. He went straight to the top. And he was skinning and grinning, taking a picture with Taj. And I'm like, uh-oh, this is not good. Because if you go straight to the top, now you get the top to validate you. Taj have a strong following.
That's what got me.
Once he validates you at that point, now it's hook, line, and sinker.
Science Temple recognized at the United Nations.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why do you think that is, brother?
Because the reason why it's not, because, you know,
what people do
is they talk to the wrong people. And they talk to a lot of these weak behind Moors in these Moor science temples. Let me explain. I don't take sides. And I'm going to say this again. The weak behind Moor science temple Moors. If you're a Moor that's in the temple, you got an issue that is not severe-based problem. I am not a Moor science temple Moor. But don't go to the Moor science temple thinking that they are the answers to everything that's going on. Period. Don't go to them. They don't even have no credibility. None. They don't call themselves Moors, people in Morocco. I talked to a brother last night about this. They don't call themselves Moors, people in Morocco. I talked to a brother last night about this. Listen to me. Listen, I want y'all to get what I'm saying to y'all. All of these Moors doing these videos on YouTube and Facebook talking crazy. I will call your bluff. I will call your bluff. They don't call themselves Moors, people in Morocco. Let me tell you something, brother. I'm a straight Philly nigga. Let me tell you something, brother. I'm a straight Philly nigga. Let me tell you something, brother. I'm a straight Philly nigga. This is what my brother Kush said.
Man, you ain't no straight Philly nothing. You ain't no straight Philly nothing. But when you come to Philly, let me know. When you come to Philly, and I'm straight Baltimore.
Okay,
and what?
Do you, dude?
And what?
We got, and I don't even want to go there with this bull, but honestly,
and what?
Keep my name out your mouth, bro. For real.
You don't want that smoke, man.
Okay,
go ahead, man. No, you keep my name out and my posts out your post. I say what I want.
Okay.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Okay.
Now.
Okay, y'all better check these Moors.
Check. This question, I'm gonna give it back to you. Do you feel that the treaty is valid, and do you feel like it is of use?
No.
In your opinion?
No, I don't. And let me explain why. Let me explain why.
Okay.
That treaty represented Moorish, or rather Moroccan nationals. You understand what I'm saying? It represented it represented citizens of the country, or geographical designation of Morocco at that time. You understand that? Now,
yes, and I had this conversation with somebody else, and when you get done, I'm explaining how it relates to us.
Let me give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
If the United States have a treaty with China, that treaty with China is enforceable, but it's forcible by the government of China, because it's two governments that have the treaty. So what you would have to do would have to be a national of Morocco in order to enforce the treaty, because it was a sultan and a president that represented two different governments. So you would have to be a part of that government. You're not a part of the Moroccan government. So it doesn't apply to you.
Let me tell you something. Let me show you something. Yes, you are. Because I used to think the same thing, what you're saying right now. But the way that comes into play is if you have been nationalized, you are a part of the government. Once we take on the Bay or the different titles of nobility or whatever, you then become you fall up under that treaty. That's false information, brother.
Brother, that's not true. You can't prove that, nor do you have anything to stand on.
That's facts.
Brother, no.
That's facts. And I done seen people enforce it.
Bro. Who are they? Where is the link? Can you send it to me?
You know what? I got your email, and I'll do that.
What I'm trying to tell you is this. Unless you are a part of the Moroccan government, a citizen of Morocco, it doesn't apply to you. Because anybody can put Bay and L on their name. European,
brother, it applies to the bloodline.
It does, brother. That's a government agreement. What are you talking about?
It applies to the bloodline law. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about.
So, brother, if that applies to you, you should be able to right now go on a plane and go to Morocco unopposed.
Let me show you something. Let me explain to you like this. The Morocco government, when our people was over here,
but they don't like you.
We're here. Hold on, they was here first. We got the land over here first. So therefore, that government was projected over to here and applies to the people that's on the land, Mr. Tahaka.
All right, let me ask you a question. Since
Yes,
you want to go that way, let's go to another way. Can you show me one treaty that the United States honored?
Yeah, I like the way you're gonna try to play that. But check this out.
No. Show me.
Listen, I can show me all the information.
No. Brother, I heard every argument.
Yeah.
Show me one treaty that the Europeans honored and that people are thriving from today.
Elder Tashriq Bey, were the Umayyads, the Arab invaders, were they Moors?
Yes.